Let's talk about how a single moment can just shatter a quiet, predictable life. How one simple sound can turn an ordinary evening completely upside down.
You know, it's about those moments that just show up unannounced and force open chapters you thought were closed for good. This whole story is about timing, choices, and what happens when the past comes knocking. Literally.
So, our story kicks off with Emily Carter in her quiet home. She's carefully built this world for herself that's gentle, familiar, and maybe most importantly, totally dependable.
But you gotta understand, her house wasn't always this quiet. Oh no. It used to be filled with all that chaotic, wonderful noise of a family, but over the years, that's faded. Now it's a different kind of silence, one that's really shaped by routine and this quiet acceptance that life has, well, settled.
And that's the rhythm of her life, right? She's just standing there in her living room, about to turn off the lights, end the day, just like she always does. It's comfortable, it's predictable, it's calm. But that is all about to change.
And this is the moment. This is what breaks the peace. The comfortable, predictable world Emily has built is about to be interrupted by a sound she hasn't heard in years.
She's just about to head to bed and bam! The silence is just gone. This is the turning point, the one single event that's going to set everything else in motion.
Just imagine that for a second. In a house that's defined by its quiet, this knock is like an alarm bell. It's jarring. It just doesn't belong. Emily freezes, completely caught off guard, and her heart kind of skips a beat, as if it recognizes the sound before her brain even can.
So the question starts racing through her head. Who could it possibly be? I mean, in her world, visitors are planned. People call first. A knock on the door this late isn't just unusual. It feels like it's breaking all the rules of her life.
And what's so interesting is that her first feeling isn't fear. Nope, it's something she thinks is way more dangerous. Hope. It's this unwelcome ghost from the past, from a time when a knock might have meant something exciting, something she was waiting for. You know, for a split second, she thinks, I could just ignore this, pretend I didn't hear it. But some deeper instinct, some pull from way back when, is pushing her, compelling her to move towards that door. So she does it. She walks to the door, her hand rests on the handle, and she opens it. And what's on the other side? Well, it's the first huge surprise of the night. And just like that, poof, years of distance just evaporate. The person standing on her porch is the one person who connects her quiet present to her noisy past. It's a powerful, almost overwhelming moment. And their reunion, wow, it's all action, no words needed, you know? She just wraps her arms around him, holding on tight like she's afraid he might vanish. And for him, just breathing in the familiar smell of his childhood home, it's like an anchor. When Daniel finally speaks, his first words are just loaded with history and how tired he is. It's kind of an apology, but it's also him admitting he's come home because he needed to. For Emily, though, none of that matters. She's just so glad he's there. But here's the thing. Just when you think the emotional roller coaster is slowing down, it's really just getting started. Daniel's arrival is only the beginning of this story. And then he hears it. A tiny sound from the living room. A chair scraping. His whole expression changes, and this silent question just hangs in the air between them. He realizes they're not alone. Okay, so this is where it all leads. The final, super tense reveal. The past isn't just an echo anymore. It's physically present, right there in her living room. You can just feel the tension, right? Every single step as Emily leads her son toward the living room feels like it weighs a ton. This isn't just a walk down a hall. It's a walk toward a collision of two completely separate lives she's been living.
And Daniel sees him, a silhouette near the window. Daniel tenses up, and as this figure starts to turn, everything is about to click into place. It's Michael Reynolds, and that's a name from a part of her life Emily was absolutely sure was over and done with. The past is no longer a memory. It's a person, standing right there in front of her and her son. I mean, the tension in that room is so thick you could cut it with a knife. You have Emily just crushed under the weight of all these secrets she never meant to share this way. Daniel is just spinning in total confusion. And Michael, he gets it. He gets how fragile this moment is, and he's just calm and respectful. And when Emily introduces him, wow, is she careful. This is someone from my past. That's it. Because she knows every single word right now is a landmine. She's not just introducing a man, she's introducing a secret part of her own story. But here's what's so amazing, Daniel's reaction. He doesn't flip out, he doesn't demand answers. He sees the complicated look on his mother's face, and he just chooses to wait. He gets that this moment needs patience, not pressure.
So that one knock, it did so much more than just interrupt a quiet evening, right? It blew the door wide open on a truth that was buried deep. And it leaves us all with the biggest question of all. With all the key players now in the same room, what on earth happens now?